Probably the most significant political issue of the day is jobs. I mean, we hear that over and over again, and it's going to be jobs, which is the tail that wags the political dog. And we cannot get the kind of environmental protection, global climate change disruption mediation at a time when people are really suffering. So jobs has to be center focused. But there are many ways to improve the employment picture, and they're not equivalent. One is you could just transfer wealth. You could amend the tax system so that people have a larger take-home pay. And of course, there will be more demand and we will be able to jumpstart the economy. You could fix the potholes and paint the bridges, which is a temporary fix solution. You could, as some people suggested, make the work week shorter. But that means some people make less in order that others become employed. And that doesn't seem to be something which is going to be politically viable at this moment. You could design work back into production and back into services so that a larger percentage of the profits go to working people, create greater demand, create greater production and sale. It will be a virtuous circle rather than the vicious circle in which we find ourselves. In the book, I deal with all of these options for increasing employment. Articulate what policies you have to put in place. Some are tax policies, some are job training policies, some are different tax treatment of labor, some are government programs, some are short-term, some are long-term. I mean, a major focus of the book is how you can use technological and political tools to increase the employment and increase the demand without compromising global climate disruption, without creating more toxic materials. People say, you mean you can have it all? You can have it all if you redesign the components of the system in an integrated and mutual gain fashion. But that means some people lose. That means opening up both the technological space, that is, think broadly. It also means opening up the political space so that people who are profiting from old ways which are outmoded no longer are the only people in the game. I believe in markets, but we don't have free markets. We have markets which are constructed to benefit certain economic actors. So markets have to have government incentives which move things in the right direction. This book is a blueprint for transforming the industrial state. It doesn't have things in 5 sentences. It requires a complex understanding. There are 3 questions that most academics ask. One is, why is the world unsustainable? Not enough jobs, environmental contamination, economic systems that are not doing well. What does a sustainable economic system look like? That's the second question. We can pretty well say, this is what we'd like the system to look at. And then the third question that most academics or analysts ask is, well, what kinds of carrots and sticks do we have to provide in the system in order for a system to be self-sustaining, for the system to continue to adapt and to provide multiple win situations? But there is a fourth question. It comes in between the second and the third, and that is, what or who is standing in the way of us undertaking that transformation? That's a political question. It rests on an economic and technological and employment analysis, but people and things and laws and regulations can stand in the way of getting to where we want to be. And sometimes it's simply wanting to bring a president down. Sometimes it comes from benefiting one sector of the society. But we have to learn to address the issue of who's standing in the way, open up the political space, and open up the technological space so that we address the 2 major defects in the system at the same time.